I don't know, I haven't exposed to the doctor about it, but would that play a big part in sort of weight management as well? And that ovary doesn't work very well either.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'd go and get tested. I mean, you can get the hormones tested as well, all different types of hormones. Sometimes I get women to do that, particularly if they're struggling. Yeah. So we just check your thyroid hormones, but also all the female reproductive hormones. And then the doctor can actually give you more advice about that. So it'd be interesting just to see if you're young, you know, can I actually still functioning well? Yeah, it's a good question. Not sure.
Is it right or wrong?
So between eating before exercise or after exercise, but like before I go to a 6 o'clock class, I can't eat anything in the morning, but I eat right from home.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say they can't walk out the door without eating. Is there a better?
Yeah, good question. Not really. I think for some people, yeah. See, if I asked each and everyone would be yay or nay.
Yeah.
I know if I eat before I get into that rock, I would sing to it. But for some people they do, particularly for a bit of run. So it just goes back to working at your own training regime and your body's needs. Sometimes I find people flag halfway through exercise, and so what we look at is something that doesn't really, nothing that's too heavy before they exercise. So it might be just a handful of dried fruit or a glass of something. But you know, if you feel that you can't and you're exercising well, then I just wait till after. Yeah, it's interesting. It's very different for different people. People with diabetes, if they're going for long periods of exercise, I normally encourage them to eat something before, carbohydrate-wise before, because their sugars are going to go right down. Because exercise actually helps to lower the blood sugars. So if you're actually exercising and you're lowering, you've got no petrol in your tank, quite often that can get a little sugar low. So that would be the only time I'd encourage them to eat. But for the rest of the movement, if you're finding you function well, always a good idea to work out what works for you in relation to food before you do a competition sport or a marathon or something. I've had people the day before trial things.
Is there any such thing as negative calorie foods? I remember about a year ago you were hearing all the time like certain berries are actually negative calories, so they take more to burn than they actually have in them. Is that true, or is that, I think I've
Like lettuce?
Yeah, and like blueberries was one, strawberries and broccoli, and they've had this whole list they started in the Sunday papers and stuff. And then counteracted that saying, no, it's all taken into account beforehand. But yes, I never found out what the decision was.
So what you're saying is, so if you eat certain types of foods like berries and lettuce and stuff,
it takes more than, there's hardly any calories in it, but it takes more from the metabolism to burn them off, or to
you go back to this, yeah, the thermal effect of feeding. Protein takes more calories to burn, so definitely this. Yeah. More so than any other type of macronutrient. So I don't really think so, because when you think about lettuce and berries, they are so low in calories because they've got such high water content. So that's the reason why it would help. But in terms of what would burn more calories, would take more calories to burn, protein does. Yeah. That's a good question. But yeah, in terms of fruits and stuff like that, you know, every diet will happen there because there's so low in calories you can eat a lot and you'll be satisfied, but I don't know about that. But I know protein does burn more calories than fat. Because the other macronutrients, we've got fat, carbohydrate, that's carbohydrate, fat, carbohydrate and alcohol. So calorie-wise, there are 4 calories per gram in carbohydrate. Unfortunately, there's 7 calories per gram in alcohol, and there is 9 calories per gram in fat. 4 calories per gram in protein. So carbs and protein have the same, but this actually burns calories better. But you can see when people are talking about losing weight, everyone always says go low fat diet. But remember, don't go completely no fat if you need some fat, so in the fish oils and nuts and things like that. And alcohol, yeah, contributes a lot of calories per gram. So when you look at some of the, I was having a chat to a young guy who was coming up for fitness and losing some body fat, and he said, yeah, look, I know I'm killing it on the weekend with a lot of beers, and we had a bit of a look at it because he was going for some of the low carb beers. But when we went to the calorie counter, it actually has quite a lot of calories still, and still high alcohol content. So he thought he was doing a really good thing, and said, yep, I'll just go to one of choose on Asia. I'll go to some of these low carb beers, and I can still have the same amount. And then we clocked up how many his face just went. So we just looked at the fact that he wasn't going to cut out his alcohol entirely. What were some of the alcohol choices that had less calories? So just
What were they?
Yes. I actually looked at that has medicinal properties too. Seen how many botanicals in the gym? Hard dry, I found from the calorie counter, has only, I don't need to be numbers, 85 calories per, I think it was 330 mils. I got him, I said, here's the calorie counter. You tell me, what would you like? And he goes to one of the locals in Jericho. He's like, well, I know they have this, this and this, let's have a look. And hard dry came out the lowest.
What about the spirits like vodka?
Yeah, look, spirits as well, they're all low calories, what you add to it. But still, it still contains calories. So it's, even if you have a standard drink, it's how many as well. But those clear spirits are a little better. It's just what you add to it. Yeah. So I think those shots are all right.
Yeah. And Beck, just the importance of exercise towards metabolism, like what we were saying about your metabolism drops as you age. I was reading the other day, from the age of 20, your metabolism basically will reduce by 2%. So it says 20 by 2, and everyone has different stats, by 2% every decade. So, and in terms of the importance of strength training, I suppose, to build the muscle to improve the metabolism is a really big factor too. So not only eating, but the exercise itself, strength training, more so than cardio, definitely.
It's amazing, isn't it? Like, when I first started out, it was all cardio. Now, with resistance training, it actually keeps burning after you do it. We know for diabetes prevention that if you can do at least 2 sessions of resistance training a week, that actually helps you reduce your risk of diabetes. So even in programs now for people who are looking at preventing diabetes, they're pushing resistance training. They've got older people doing resistance training, which is interesting.
So that helps with the strength training.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yep. And there's, you get it all the time. There's always, particularly women, the misconception that you're going to bulk up like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But no, it's actually going to help you with more lean muscle. But I didn't consider swimming is a form of resistance training. Because I need to do more weights. I do a lot of swimming, and then someone said to me that swimming is a form of resistance training.
Yeah, definitely.
Apparently what I heard is you can do 15 minutes of swimming, that equals about 45-minute run. That's just what I hear in terms of energy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
I know running is more calorie burning than swimming, but I know there is benefits to swimming with resistance and
Yeah, maybe from that perspective. Yeah.
Because I'm
For immediate calorie burning, nothing beats running, really, for immediate calorie burning. But
I'm not sure what to mean, like what the benefits are, but that's apparently.
Yeah. I can probably, so much better for your joints and, yeah.
It's amazing. I'm still learning. Like it's amazing now with all the research, particularly with exercise and just reading. It's fascinating. So any tips or things that you guys know, let us know, because we can build up a bank of ideas, and it really helps us legitimise what we're doing. Sometimes you might get in a run going, oh, is it really worth doing the swimming or the whatever? There's a lot of evidence out there that suggests that we are doing things.
I've had something, in July I went to the doctor and had my blood test done. As part of the reason I started with Gary, and I did because my cholesterol was very high. He had actually called me back and said, your cholesterol was really high. I've got to admit, we'd been away, and my husband's a fisherman, but it was in a fishing comp, but the guy who was taking out in the boat actually made cheese. And he gave us, you have no idea how, boxes of camembert and brie. It was beautiful.